I remember presenting this to one of the supermarkets, and they said, "Where do you import this from? Who is the producer?" I said, "No, we don't import this." They said, "Come on, you import this. You can't have a good product like this in Cote d'Ivoire."
Wow.
Because our product was better than all the products they were stocking. Cocoa Planet is a social enterprise owned by young Cameroonians and Ivorians. And at Cocoa Planet, we convert coconut waste into clean, burning charcoal. At Cocoa Planet, we have a 3-thread solution that has to do with getting the coconut waste off the streets. This is waste management, converting to clean energy, and providing access to energy while reducing deforestation. We're producing a very, very exciting product that burns longer, burns cleaner, but also very, very affordable for the average African.
The revolution is happening. I get super excited whenever I see young Africans putting their differences aside and start working together to achieve a common goal. The goal is to build Africa together. The goal is for us to work together. And what is happening in here today makes me feel super excited to share this story with you all. You know what? When I get excited, you all need to do me a favor and help me. First of all, like this video now. Thank you. You like the video? Can you help me share this video? Because I want a lot of people to see this video. Share this video now. Thank you. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Wadamaya, the one and only annoying village boy who is on a journey to change the negative narrative of Africa. So please subscribe and be part of this awesome channel. You won't believe that a young African from Ivory Coast and Cameroon put their resources together to convert this, which is what? A coconut husk, and convert it into a charcoal. And you know who inspired them? I mean, from Ghana. The man himself.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on, you're the big one. You're the big one. You're the big one.
Bro.
Yo, Maya.
See how young he is? That's what I'm telling you guys, man. No, you know, like, I'm so inspired.
Thanks, my
And
brother.
I want you to inspire many out there. And they saw me through my videos. You know what? I can't stop making these videos because the impact is incredible. You know what? We are in La Cote d'Ivoire, so grab a chilled water and come enjoy this juicy episode from your favorite village boy, Mr. Ghana, baby. Let's go.
Through Africa, nation is made. Oh, them, yeah. Mr. Ghana, baby, Africa to the world. Oh, them,
It's really unbelievable knowing that an Ivorian and Cameroonians are working together. Because
Right.
I feel like you guys are just like Ghana and Nigeria.
Right. Who has the best jollof rice?
Who has the best jollof rice? Or maybe the internet war? Or is it not the same?
No, for here it's like who has the best football team, who has the best coupe de Calais, I guess. So there's this whole narrative that Cameroonians and Nigerians don't get together, and Ivorians, but the truth is that we are like brothers and sisters. We love each other. We fight every now and then because it's just part of human nature to fight with your siblings, but we are just a big family together, just like the Nigerians and Ghanaians.
That's true, because we like Ndole and they like Acheke.
Absolutely. I can't spend a week without a chicken. I'm going to go sick.
But do you guys have a chicken in Cameroon too?
Yeah, we do. We prepare it differently. It's not exactly, we don't call it a chicken, though. We prepare it differently.
And do you know that we have a chicken in Ghana too?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys are shocked.
Yeah.
We eat acheke in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the Nzumes make acheke.
Right.
Okay.
So the whole Ghana, you can actually find acheke anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, great. You know, each time I visit Ghana, I'm either having some nice wache or banko. I never heard about that chicken in Ghana.
Really?
Yeah.
So next time I go, I'm
Ask for
gonna
acheke.
Yes.
And what's the local name of Acheke?
Acheke.
Acheke?
Yeah,
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
We call it acheke. So I came here recently and I saw acheke and I'm like, okay, that's acheke in Ghana. So I tweeted that acheke. Oh, I saw the Ivorians roasting me, man. Roasting me online.
Who has the best acheke?
They didn't even say who has the best acheke. They said I didn't spell it right.
Really?
Oh my God, that's how we spell acheke in Ghana.
We are so proud of our acheke that.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, I'm so glad that we put our differences aside and you guys are, I mean,
Working together.
That's
Right.
incredible, man.
Right, right. That's how it should be. Yes.
You know what? The fact that you guys converted a coconut husk
Yes.
into a stainless charcoal,
Right.
that's incredible, man.
Oh yeah.
Whose
I
idea
guess it
is
is. So to be very honest, Joycelyn is the brain behind this brilliant idea. Joycelyn shared with us her beautiful story of her mom who grew up in the urban area, in the rural area. And just like every woman in the rural area, they have to leverage firewood and charcoal for cooking. This is the main source of energy in Africa. And Joycelyn wanted to address this problem. Why? Because even though charcoal is the primary source of energy, when it's poorly prepared, you end up in a smoky environment. Up to 1 million women in Africa die from indoor pollution. But also, we went beyond just the impact on the health, but also the impact on the environment. Today, there's mass deforestation. Every year, over 4 million hectares of forest land is gone for deforestation. And we think it's just owing to mining and construction and development, but also the consumption of charcoal by Africans. So we really wanted to come up with an alternative to that solution. And maybe Justin can touch a little bit on how she came up with this brilliant idea.
You have to tell me that.
Right, right.
I grew up in the rural areas, and I watched my mom had to cook with firewood or wood and wood charcoal, and I watched her suffer a lot with her health. And not only her, even those my friends, their elder sisters, they suffered a lot because women are those who are mostly in the kitchen. They suffer a lot with their health. And when I moved to Ivory Coast, I noticed that it was the same problem here. The same problem here, and I was like, how can we help this? How can we produce clean energy for cooking to help women from dying young or having health problems? And so I noticed that in Ivory Coast we have a lot of coconut waste being dumped around, and so it was like I won a lottery. So I was like, wow, this is it. I have been looking for. In Cameroon, there's coconut, but it's not that much. Yes. So here in Ivory Coast, it's like God just poured it here. So I was like, I won a lottery, and this is it. I've been looking for this. This is it. Yes. And so I had to like form a team. I can't do this alone. Right. So I brought in.
Exactly, she needed some muscles.
I had to bring in Samuel with the marketing background, and he knows his way how to swim around making this a better thing for us. And I brought in Harold, who is the engineer guy. He knew how to bring in machines, the processes, and also an Ivorian that can help us, get our feet on the ground.
And also to put an end to the nonsense talk
about Ivorians.
We prove everyone wrong. Yeah. Because Harold is the brain behind all the processes. Wow. Where do we source our machines? He has to scan about hundreds of suppliers in China. But I'll let Harold talk about that as well.
Yeah, thank you. So when Joycelyn came up about this idea, it echoed to me, because if you take statistics in Ivory Coast, you see that 22% of the death caused by lung infection are caused actually by wood charcoal, right? Every year, 8,200 people die from this kind of infection. So it was for me something very important, a challenge that we needed to achieve together. So when they brought the idea, I was like, okay, I will do it. Wow. So thought of the processing, what machine we could use, how we can have the right mixture, what is the right secret to make the perfect charcoal for the population.
So my next question is like, how did you know that you can convert a coconut husk into charcoal like this?
So I remember why Justin said when she came here, she saw like a gold mine, because back in Cameroon, women use fire when they've done consuming the coconut. They just take the shells and throw it into the fire. And we're surprised, like, wow, why did they do this? And they will realize that it burns better than wood. It's almost like coconut husk has got its own special gas that inflames the coconut, the biomass, even more. And then even here in Cote d'Ivoire, if you go around Bassam, where you have lots of the women who sell smoked fish, this is what they use in, igniting their fire, those who cook in the rural areas. And then we started trying to understand, so if they can use this as a substitute for firewood, can we also use this as a substitute for charcoal? And we started brainstorming, and Harold came in with his engineering background on how can we carbonize coconut waste through the process of pyrolysis to ensure that it doesn't turn to ash, but rather it turns to char. And now that char can now be processed by crushing and mixing with the binder to come, with the final product. Harold, if you want to add something, you're the engineering brain here.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we do similar thing here, like Samuel said. People will throw the ash in the fire. If you go around Bassam, you see that people are actually doing that. So the idea was coming up with a right process, right? Instead of that traditional way, come up with something that is a little bit more professional, something that is clean, that you don't get dirty with, that people even in town, like middle class, would use without any problem. So we did some researches. We look from people who can provide those machines, and this is how we worked it.
Yep. Which means that you guys have to put your own resources together in terms of funding.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So yes, that's a very good point, because one of the biggest challenges to startups in Africa is funding, and it was a reality for us. We didn't have access to any funding, so we had to pull our resources together. Myself, Joyce, and Harold, just the three of us, brought our funds together and say, how can we start? And this is where Harold's brain was very important to say, hey, this is the budget we have, right? We cannot be as big as some of the big companies like Kingsford, but how can we leverage the minimal resources that we have and build a process that is aligned with our budget to be able to produce a quality product that can serve the local market, but also we can export, because it took just a little time for us to start getting a request from international customers. I'm sure we're going to get there, but we had to really work with our own funds and then make do with the resources we have without, waiting for anyone, really.
How long has this factory been in existence?
About 2 years.
For 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
really
it's
difficult for young company or for companies starting to have finance or funding from banks. It's really, really difficult. So we had to start.
So you guys did not get any funding from the banks?
No, we didn't get any funding from the bank. No financial institution, not government.
Can I tell you something? I think 3 years ago, I interviewed a young man in Ghana who also converted a charcoal coconut husk into charcoal like this.
Yes.
And he told me that he uses school fees.
Yes.
I thought you guys use your school fees.
Yeah, Zako.
That's a good one.
Zako, I mean,
yes, absolutely. And we learned, to be very fair, we learned a lot from Zako.
Really?
In fact, when we started setting up this operation, we reached out to him. We say, hey, we saw your video on YouTube with Mr. Wodemeyer. Can you come, guide us? And, this is what they say. They say Africans don't work together, but that is changing because Amin flew all the way from Ghana, came and spent a week with us and helped us to put in place our processes, our mixtures and everything without charging us anything.
No, we're not kidding.
You mean
anything.
Amin came here?
Amin came to Ivory Coast.
He came to Ivory Coast for a week and help us set up.
So you guys got to know Amin through my videos.
Absolutely.
I know Amin did not charge, but I'm charging. Amin did not charge, but please give me the money. Yeah. On behalf of Amin.
We'll get some checking for you to go back.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. So does it mean, did you guys see Amin before?
So, your video really brings Africans together. There are lots of African businessmen that have come together because of your video. Someone sees what another person is doing and say, oh, I never knew someone in Ghana or in Ivory Coast or Cameroon does this. Now I can reach them because Wodemeyer's channel showcased this person.
Wow.
So through that video, we saw Amin and we were able to reach out to him and made this happen. So we're a family.
So because of this,
right?
Yeah,
yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Are you guys exporting this already?
So we're exporting this already, and we're looking forward to more export partners because there's a huge demand. There is this misconception that only Africans use charcoal. But I lived in Germany and worked in Germany. Germany alone use more charcoal than any African country. They're the biggest importer of charcoal in the world. So there's a huge demand on the international market, and we're really ready to export as well.
Please, the numbers are on the screen. The emails are there. Do you guys have a website?
Yes, we have a website. We have an Instagram page. You can reach us. You know, we're very active on social media. We have our numbers, our emails. You can reach us. Yes, everything is going to be on the screen. And
for what you guys have done, I think everyone must share this video so that people will get to see them. So that by the time I come back here in 2 years' time, this factory needs to be bigger than Amin's own.
I
mean, it's interesting to see that Africans are supporting and helping each other.
Correct.
I feel like the revolution is happening, man.
That's how it should be. We have to collaborate. We are just one big family. We've been separated in countries and tribes, but the truth is we just want massive melting pot, and we just have to collaborate. There's no other way.
Yeah.
That's how it has to work.
I know there's somebody watching this video and they'll be like, he or she can't believe that you can convert a coconut husk into this.
Right.
So I don't know if one of you can take me through the process.
Right.
What happens in here, and then we'll take it from there.
More than happy.
More than happy to do that.
Harold is the man.
Traditionally, people will do charcoal with wood, right?
Yeah.
And for us, we live around Bassam, and you have a lot of coconut farm around here. Yeah. And what people will do, they will just drink the water and they will throw this away. So you have a lot of places where you have abundance of this waste. So when Justly came about the idea of transforming this into charcoal, we had to go around and localize those waste areas, and we decided to process it. So the process starts with this one. When the people finish with the water, they throw it away.
So you don't buy it anymore?
No.
You don't buy this?
No.
You actually clean the beaches for them?
Exactly. We clean the beaches
please.
For free.
Now, for free. I'm also going to tell you, when you start buying coconut, keep the husk and start selling it to them.
You know, so you're touching a very important point, because I think that what we're doing is it's a triple threat solution.
Yeah.
We're starting first from waste management, because when we don't get this off the street, it's littered everywhere. You look at the beautiful street of Abidjan, you're going to see hills and mountains of this. So we're getting this off the street, and then we are reducing climate change by consuming this, converting this to charcoal, and then we're also reducing the indoors pollution by producing a product that is clean. So creating access to energy through waste management. Exactly. This is a waste, but to us, this is a resource that we don't have to pay for. It's gold.
Did you hear that? This is gold. And gold is not for free.
Yeah. So we have many sites. What you have here is just what we put together for demonstration. We have a carbonization site in different parts of Bassam where there's waste available, and we just put this little quantity for demonstration for you. Otherwise, our carbonization sites are out of here. So Harold is going to explain how that process works.
Yeah. So when they finish with this one, when it's fresh, so we have to let it dry.
Yep.
So it takes about a month or two to get very, very dry.
In the dry season, maybe even 2 weeks, huh?
Yes, in the dry season it takes less time.
Yeah.
So when we take the dry husk, and then we have to do what we call a carbonization.
Yeah.
So we have to transform this into char.
Yes.
And I will take you through the process. As Samuel mentioned, this is just for demonstration. Right. So we fill our containers with the dry husk, and then we're gonna burn it.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Get through one.
Right.
You really missed it.
Yeah. So when we start this process, it will take approximately 4 to 6 hours until everything we've put inside there becomes char.
Yes.
Wow. And then right from here?
Yes.
And then
go from there?
And then from here we have to crush it. And then we do the crushing process inside the factory.
You crush it while it's hot?
No.
Do you put water on it?
Yes.
Yes. So when it's done carbonizing, we have to dampen it with water so that it can turn off the fire, and then we let it cool off.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm going to show you where the magic happens inside.
Okay.
Yes. So once they cool, and we put them in bags, and then these are little storage.
Yeah.
And production happens inside. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Also, it's important for us to have a story where we have raw materials, because it means that we can produce in dry season, in wet season, in any season we can produce. Any customer who's ready to do some exports, we are ready to produce anytime. That's why we do that story.
So you have stock, right?
We have stock.
We have stock, yes.
So when we finish burning, this is the finished process, the char we have, right?
So you crush it?
We crush it. We have
the fine powder.
The fine powder here.
Yeah.
We have the fine powder here.
Yes.
From now, it's dirty, right? But when we finish the process, the finished product, you see that
it's a clean product.
Clean product.
Right.
So we take the powder, we bring it into the mixer here to mix the product. So we mix it with starch, cassava starch.
Yeah.
Right?
Cassava starch.
Yes. Right. And the reason why we are doing that is because we want to produce a very clean product. Right?
Organic product too.
Organic product.
No chemicals.
No chemicals, nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So the cassava starch is used as a binder.
Yeah.
So we have the powder to make it like compact like this. You need to put the starch.
Okay.
So we mix it with the starch, and then from there we go to the press.
Yes.
So it's conveyed through this.
Are you guys using starch because in Côte d'Ivoire cassava is everywhere?
Yes.
I can have using cassava in front of me. I
Yes.
hope you guys did not plan that.
Like we were saying, that young entrepreneurs can always use what is around them, right?
Yes.
When people think, what can we use as a binder, they start thinking about chemicals. Here, everyone consumes cassava. The staple field here is a check, which is a cassava-based starch. So we leverage that, and once it's mixed, like Harold said, the product now takes a trip on this conveyor belt and drops into the mixer.
So we have two products, right? You have those two in your hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have this one and we have this one. So this one is made with this press, and this one is made out of this press.
Yes.
So depending on what the customer wants, we can provide either of these one.
Is it manual or automatic?
It's automatic.
It's automatic.
It's
machines.
automatic. The only thing people do when
pick
the
it up.
product is coming from this compressor, these people will just pick it up, put it in the trays, and then we send it to the oven.
How many bags do you guys produce in a day?
So we produce a ton an hour. So on a typical production, they will produce about 5 to 7 tons. But if we have a huge demand, all we need to do is increase the workforce. So here on a typical day, we have an average of 5. We have 5 people working here, 5 production staff. But if a customer says, "Hey, I want a 40-foot container next week," we're going to get about 15 people in here, so that there's more hands to get the work done. So a ton a day.
I really want to see the finished product.
Yes.
Right.
So from these trays,
I think does it not get wet because you have starch in there?
exactly.
Yes.
So because we have the starch in it, we have to get it dry.
Yes.
And if you look at the wood charcoal, the reason why you have smoke is because of humidity,
Correct.
right? So what we're trying to do is to remove the humidity.
Yes.
So that when the product burns, there's no smoke.
Yes. I remember one time a customer saw one of our big photos on social media, and they reached out to us. It was in the rainy season. When I gave them a sample of the product, the guy said, "Hey, listen, I want 50 bags." And I said, "Why? What do you want?" I said, "I just want to understand." I was happy, but I want to understand. He said, "No, I bought about 100 bags from the wood charcoal sellers, and all of it is wet, and I cannot use it." So we all year round we can supply a dry product, because the final stage of our product is from the oven, so the products come in pitch dry and they're ready for usage, no smoke.
Do you guys also sell it within the country?
Yes.
Correct.
Right
So-
now, we have a lot of customers around Bassam hotels, like big hotels.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So like they say, charity begins at home. For us, the goal was to serve the local market first before venturing into the international market. So we started by serving households from a social perspective, hotels, restaurants, and then our international markets.
I will introduce you to, is it Udali or Mbali, or what's the name of the restaurant?
Where is it?
Udali or Udali? Udali fast food?
Yeah. Udali
Oh,
fast food, yeah.
no, Dabali.
Dabali.
It's in Zone Cat.
I will introduce you to Dabali fast food.
Great, that'll be
From
great.
now onwards, Dabali.
Yes.
Since you are supporting African-owned businesses,
Right.
it's a must for you to buy your charcoal
Yes.
from them.
Exactly.
Planet.
You see, I gave you guys business. I need my share.
Thank
So
you.
this is a heater, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the oven.
This is what we call the
we're doing
oven.
some maintenance today, but this is the oven.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're doing some maintenance. So you see the trays you've seen there. We put it here, put the product here, and then we have to put them in the oven.
Yes.
This is how the oven looks like.
Yes.
Right, and we have to dry the charcoal
Yes.
for 8
So
hours.
every hour we can have a ton out of here.
Yes.
Every hour we can have a ton. Yes.
You drive for how many hours? 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
8
a long
hours.
process, man.
Yeah. But we need to make sure that we have very, very less water content in it.
Yes. So we try to achieve a moisture content below 5% because the local market doesn't mind, but the international market, they've got standards, right? The average is a moisture content of not more than 5%. So we try to conform with the standards. Yes.
So this is the final package.
This is the final
This
package.
is how it looks like.
This is
Yes.
how it looks
Why
like.
the
A
name
beautiful
Cocoa
pen.
Planet?
Great question, sir. I'll take that. So the brand is 2 words. It's Cocoa and Planet. So to keep it simple before going into the details, is using coconut to save the planet by producing an eco-friendly product. So recycling waste to energy, we're saving the planet, we're providing access to energy, and we're saving the planet. That's why the name Cocoa Planet.
That's incredible, man.
Right.
The gold standard of your barbecue, please.
Gold standard of barbecue.
Chicken barbecue, all day. What about you?
Right.
Can you tell me what is so unique
Yes.
about your product?
Great. So the couple of things that are unique about our product.
Yeah.
Number one is that our product burns cleaner with no smoke. Sometimes the customers think it's magic, and that's why they think we put chemicals. We always invite people to come see our processes. It burns cleaner with no smoke. It burns longer. So wood charcoal burns for about 35 to 40 minutes. This can burn to up to 3 hours, non-stop. So it burns cleaner, it burns longer, but most importantly, we do not cut down a single tree. Everyone else cuts down trees in this country to produce charcoal. We have no business with trees. We just leverage waste. So we have a strong social impact. We have a strong economic impact because we're creating jobs. And we have even a strong business impact because we're pumping money back into the system just from waste that everyone else is ignoring.
Yes.
This is what's so special about Cocoa Planet.
Where can we get some of these products?
Good. So today we sell Cocoa Planet in supermarkets in Abidjan. So if you go to City Dia, you find our product. If you go to Bon Prix, you find our product. You can order from our Instagram page, Cocoa Planet Africa. You can email us on cocoa.planet.africa, or you can use the numbers on the screen and reach out to us. We can deliver directly. We're trying to expand our footprint in the country by getting into more supermarkets, but we also sell directly to restaurants and households because those are B2B customers. They reach out to us, they buy in big quantities. We do free delivery to all restaurants and hotels in Abidjan. And for international customers, we're also having contracts with shipping companies who are ready to take our products to the masses abroad, be it in Europe, America, or the Middle East.
Yep.
I want to ask you guys a question.
Right.
When you hear the name Africa,
Right.
what comes into your mind?
All right, I'll let you go first.
So when I hear the name Africa, I mean, for being African, first is pride. I'm proud of being African, but also I see development. I see youth. I see those people taking the step of entrepreneurship and developing the continent.
Right.
That's what I see. And you see, when we started this business, we called Amin, and we leverage a lot of Amin's experience.
Right.
And the way we African are collaborating together, and it makes me very proud of being African and hear the name of Africa.
Good. So for me, when I hear the name Africa, I think of one thing, blessed land. I think Africa really means a blessed land. Blessed people because you have great, warm people, but also we are so blessed with resources, human resources, natural resources, mineral resources. I think there's a lot that we can achieve as Africans if we can just open our eyes and see the opportunities around us. Who thought that you could really leverage waste and convert to a great product that people want to import from France, from Germany, from America? We're being contacted. People don't even know our factory is this small. The thing is a massive, 10 acres factory, whereas it's just a factory on the 500 meters square. So Africa has a lot to offer, and I think that young Africans really need to open their eyes and see that. If you're patient, you get that.
our young Africans don't open their eyes yet?
So I think that a lot of them are. I've seen your channel. I've been super inspired by the great entrepreneurs you're showcasing, and this is what's inspiring us. And I hope many other Africans. But there's still a lot of Africans who don't really believe in Africa. They think these are just isolated cases of people.
No, there are a lot of Africans who don't believe in Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you have a message to those Africans who don't believe in Africa,
Yes.
what would that message be? I think I need to allow you to answer that.
Right.
Please answer it well for me.
What do unbelievers need to do?
Okay, if there are still Africans out there who don't believe in Africa, I'll tell you, you're making a big mistake, because this Africa is like a treasures land.
Yes.
It's full of so many. I think we really have to stop importing things, because I think everything can be found in Africa. Right. Everything can be found in Africa. Every day in Africa, if you watch the news, we have 1 or 2 discoveries. Africa is blessed, super blessed. All I think is that more youth should watch channels like yours to get inspired, get educated.
I think these guys are advertising my channel today.
Yeah. Get educated, and then make use of your environment, because you can lift or you can move a step higher if you can think about your environment, look around, and you'll see that there's something you can take from there to make it something big. So I believe so much in Africa.
These are 3 incredible Africans that have put their differences aside to help build Africa together.
Correct.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank
And
you.
if you are proud of them, can we just share this video so that a lot of people can have access to this video? Because if people get access to the videos, by the time I come back, I'm more happy to see you guys, what you guys are going to come up with in the next 10 years.
Correct.
Because we have a lot of projects in the pipe.
You know what, if you have a message to Africans living in the diaspora, you lived in the diaspora before.
I live in the diaspora. I studied in the UK. I worked in the UK. I worked in Germany. I worked in Hungary. And so I've been there.
And you still came back?
No doubt about it.
Is something wrong with your brain, man? For how long?
You know.
Hey, come. Viens ici. Viens. Get closer to me. You speak French.
Yeah.
If you translate
Yeah,
for
I
me,
translate for him.
I want to give him, if I give him visa,
Yes.
I take him to America.
Yes.
Ask him if he's going to come back.
Donc, le monsieur te demande si tu es dans un visa pour aller aux États-Unis, est-ce que tu vas retourner en Côte d'Ivoire? Faut dire la vérité, hein?
Faut dire la vérité.
Faut dire la vérité, sois à l'aise, c'est bon.
Bien sûr, il va me retourner en Côte d'Ivoire.
Tu vas retourner?
La Côte d'Ivoire, c'est chez moi.
Ah, cool.
I love that.
He said without a doubt he's going to come back because Côte d'Ivoire is home.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, you.
Ah, oui. You know, there are so many Africans that get opportunity to live abroad, and they'll be like, you know what? There's nothing to do back home, and I'm not coming back home anytime soon.
You know,
you guys came back.
You're right. When I was in the UK to do my MBA, I met a couple of friends, you know, even from my country, Cameroon, which is one of the poor countries, because this is what they call an African country. Because we are not developed infrastructural wise, they call us poor, but we have all the resources. And they said they can never go back. And I thought this was crazy. For me, I wanted to go back immediately. I think there's nothing wrong with going abroad, because there's a lot we can learn in terms of technology and all of that. But I think that it must be a primary goal of every Africa to bring that knowledge back home, that know-how, and grow our continent. And some of the videos you're sharing are just mind-blowing. You know, I've seen entrepreneurs the mechanized agriculture, entrepreneurs who've blown up real estate in Ghana, and this is exactly what we're doing. We all, you know, spend time abroad at one point. Howard has worked in India, Joycelyn has been in France, I've been in the UK, and we all came back and want to develop. And the plan is that we started small now, but the thing is, we wanted to understand the market, and they were going to now open the doors to investors. This is something that can be massive, because the demand is just unbelievable.
I believe that you need African investors.
Correct. We prefer African investors.
Yeah.
So if you're an African watching this video and you really want to invest in their business, I'm going to leave their contact there.
Correct.
Reach out to them. But hey, if that investor come, I need my percentage.
Absolutely.
I think I've been talking about percentage too much. today.
Yes.
That is not so what am I. But it's okay. If you guys have a final message to
Yeah.
Africans watching us, what would that message be?
So
let Harry go first.
thank you for this opportunity you're giving us on your channel.
Yes.
As Ntongwe said, I used to work abroad. I used to work in Asia, and when I had the opportunity to come back, I came back because I knew that we had opportunity here in Africa. When I see people, a young African dying in the Mediterranean Sea, my heart is broken. I'm always in tears because that's much money they're putting in that travel where they're ending up in the ocean they could have invested here. So my message to the African youth, stay here. If you need help, look for help, seek for help. You can reach out to us, we can grow Africa together. And my message to investors, we're developing this business. We're trying to make Africa better, producing product that will give another view on Africa. So if you want to join us, feel free to join us. We're waiting for you.
That's incredible. You want to add anything to it?
Yeah, I just want to double up. I just want to double up on what Harold said because the message is along the same lines. I think that as young Africans, we need to understand that the continent harbors lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities. Who knew that you could pick up waste and convert to value? Who knew that you could? I was watching a video of a pepper farmer in Ghana, and he says that he's done oil and gas, he's done real estate, and he said pepper is the most profitable business he's done. We were all shocked because we watch your videos all the time to see if we can have other ideas. We're totally shocked. What is this guy talking about? When he threw out the numbers, we could not believe it.
$2,000.
Exactly, from pepper. Who could believe? I would never have thought about investing in pepper. That's crazy. So as young as Africans, we really need to look around us and see the wealth of opportunities. I watched a video of Akon, the hip-hop artist. He said, Black Americans should come to Africa because if you want to be a billionaire, come to Africa. It's a green market. There's green opportunities. He said if you want to be a billionaire, start any business, and 5 years from now, you're going to be a millionaire. So I think young Africans should embrace the opportunity that we have at our disposal, but also a quick message to investors and governments to create a conducive environment for entrepreneurship. The reason why most young Africans just think about working for someone is because we do not have the most conducive environment for entrepreneurship. And if such an ecosystem is created, it's going to lead to the growth of more entrepreneurs in different areas. There are lots of young people with brilliant ideas, but they do not just have a nurturing environment that is conducive for their growth. So investors and governments can really have a thought about that.
Is that a major challenge that you guys have been facing?
So that's one of the challenges. So if I have to highlight a few, the first is funding. Right now we're doing everything from our pockets. We don't have any investors, no government support, but we really wanted to start like that to prove that we are doing something we believe in. And once we can show people that it's a bankable business, then perhaps investors will be more than happy to run after us and maybe even the government and invest in such a solution. But another challenge is really an environment that really fosters the growth of entrepreneurship. We have lots of roadblocks, even though it's a social business. Sometimes you have obstacles, right? So for instance, you're gathering the coconut waste, but you have to pay a license to gather the coconut waste. You have to pay a license to process waste. You have to pay the same fee that those who log woods pay because they say you're using forest resources. But this is waste.
But this
is waste that you pick from the trash site. But you need to pay the same certification that those who log wood is considered as a forestry product. So everyone leveraging forestry resources needs to pay for this certification and this licensing, and we have to pay for those. So, but this is social enterprise that should even be having tax exemptions and exemptions from all these things, and so these are some of the challenges. It's a tall list, but we can go all day.
If you had a chance to change one thing in Africa,
is a mindset. That's the only thing that needs to change. Mindset. The wealthiest people are in Africa. It's mindset. The average African thinks we are not good enough. Thinks that even them are not good enough. That's why an average African is happier working in a restaurant washing pots, not even serving. So all my white classmates, those from Latin America, they would serve, and we, the black guys, would be put in the kitchen to wash the pots. So, but the average African is happy to do that instead of coming back to Africa and being an entrepreneur or a manager in an international company. Not just entrepreneurship, really. You can come back and still work for a great company. I came back and I've worked for 4 Fortune 100 companies. You know, great companies from Bosch to Caterpillar, big companies, global companies, because I came back and like I decided to venture into entrepreneurship. So we're not saying that when you come back, you can only do entrepreneurship, but that mindset. So if there's one thing I'm going to change, one thing, it's only the mindset. If the mindset changes, Africa will change. Those who are changing Africa is because they have a different mindset from the average African.
And just to add to that, I think what he's saying is very, very important, the mindset. First of all, Africans are not really, we don't, maybe it has changed now a little bit, but pushing our brothers and sisters.
All right.
Yes, pushing, going together ahead. Yeah. We feel like what we produce in Africa, we feel like it's not good enough.
Yeah.
So we should bring in or support another product from outside instead of pushing the one that is inside.
Right.
So I think that is the first thing. We really need to know how to support each other.
Right.
Have confidence in your brother, in your sister. Have confidence in what is produced in your country, in Africa.
Right.
And I think with that, we can be able to change the world, collaborate more as Africans.
And not fight over who has the best, the best football team, the best rights.
Who is the best in-law?
Of course, I'm worried.
We find out who has the best job. Like, it's crazy, but I'm so proud of you all. And I just want to tell you guys that Africa is proud of you too.
Yes.
And the product is here, it's available, and believe me or not, it's by force, and they know it.
Yes.
I don't beg, because I'm telling them I built a brand that it's all about, it's by force to support an African. Listen, they tested me yesterday.
Right.
I was leaving the country, yesterday.
And you say, hey,
but I was like,
I'm going to stay.
I'm going to stay.
Yes.
Just to meet them, and I have 10 hours drive to Accra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for you. This is how we need to. It's like I'm going to book you a hotel.
Yeah.
Like, stop what you are saying.
Exactly.
Just let's do this.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, we made it happen. This is how Africans need to support each other, and believe me or not, they will support you too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And see, they're in the factory. So
oh, yeah, of course. The chocolate factory. Why not?